Welcome back to another UNC UConn Nintendo Club Draft League UNCDL recap for Week 1. This time we have the Silver Division with Hannah, that's Twilight Zora, I think. Twilight Zora, Hannah versus Aidan / Naughty Boston / the Pandemic Pichus, esteemed, the other Aidan, the Silver Aidan. Anyway. The exciting match, we had Hannah from last season. She debuted, defeated Phil, noted Philip defeater. And on the other side, we have Aidan, who was entirely new, but drafted a very menacing team. So Aidan I wasn't really sure to root for this one, because I knew Hannah had at least a little more experience with draft, but at the same time, Aidan's team was, not to say anything bad against Hannah's team, just Aidan's team is absolutely scary. You see things like Dragapult, Ferrothorn, Thundurus, Therian, Milotic, Tyranitar. You wouldn't necessarily know, for the most part, that somebody new to draft had such a team, so that's very good. Ninja's still an interesting choice, but our league is one of the few that still allows baton pass with stat passing in some sense, because I like funny, stupid shit, so, not entirely surprising to see him there. And Hannah's team, very interesting lineup, one of those things where you don't really know what they're going to bring until we see them in action, so let's get it started. Alright. Yeah, no timer for draft matches. Some people do timers for draft matches, but they're bad people. It's usually not official either. It's just like, I want to start the timer in this draft match. It's like, what are you doing? But anyway, I mean, it'd be nice if you could ban calcs, kind of, but you have the calcs before the match anyway. It's not going to make a difference. Anyway, so we lead Ferrothorn, good lead. Obviously, switch out from Togetic because it can pack fire moves. I'm clear sure Aidan knows that. So yeah, Milotic just eats that fire move real quick. No harm, no foul there. Just heals it right off. 7% dealt. Switches in Rotom. Milotic goes for, a Scald? Flip turn, maybe? Oh, Scald, okay. So nice. Hits Rotom, gets a nice burn there to validate any leftovers if it has some. Very nice for Milotic. Heals back to 99%. So yeah, right now it's looking very much in Aidan's favor. So imagine Rotom might go for a Volt Switch or something, but I have to be wary of Thundurus. Just goes for Hard Switch Togekiss. Is interesting. I wonder what Hannah's expecting there. Will Milotic sit in? Yeah, Milotic sits and goes for a Flip turn. Looks like Aidan's getting the momentum back once again. I imagine you get for Thundurus, Thundurus here makes sense. I guess he's gonna go for probably an electric move. Let's see, what did he do here? Went for a Sludge Wave, not a bad move. I feel like that might be more of a rookie move. Not to be totally dated, but I just like to point these things out when they happen, just because that's how people can learn, I suppose. I mean, it's still actually, I guess I shouldn't say that because it still got the job done, right? 2 KO'd Blaziken, maybe keeping Blaziken was the mistake on Hannah's part, but anyway. Just because, Sludge Thunderbolt would deal more than Sludge Wave to Togekiss, and the resistance is I guess it would hit Rotom. I'm giving him too much shit here. So that Sludge Wave wasn't bad, and it clearly got the job done anyway, so I'll stop myself there. My superiority complex here. I'm sorry, Silver players. I kneel. I kneel before the Silver Division. So Chandelure takes the Thunderbolt nicely. Let's see. But not as nicely as it would want. I'd imagine it's Choice Scarf if it's staying in on Thundurus or even switching in that Balsily. Balsily, that's a word. Milotic once again just takes a fire move without giving a shit. Says, hey, your fire move? Fuck that shit. I don't really fucking care. Let's see. Switches from Chandelure to Togekiss. Milotic's probably gonna go for a Scald or a Flip turn. Goes for a Scald. I do think Aidan could be a little more aggressive with his Flip turn momentum here, but the Scalds are not bad, and they are netting him burn, so I think it's one of those things where, despite what I think, the plays are definitely working out for Aidan. Wonder what Hannah will do here. You won't be trapped into fire this time, right? It goes for an Air Slash, likely flinch, but not a lot of damage, as you'll know, especially with Milotic healing it off. It's very unlikely Togekiss will be able to do much, so I might expect a switch here, just because it needs a lot of Air Slashes to get through. But I guess we'll, open the curtain a little bit. Hannah does it, actually. They do get through. As we can see with these repeated Air Slashes into flinches. I believe I might have missed this part of the battle, but I heard a lot about it. All the Air Slash flinches that went around at this point. So that's, as we can see, poor Aidan's Milotic is being denied repeated opportunities to recover, and it's extra sad too because he got the burn. So Togekiss, if he just kept recovering, would eventually wear itself down. But he's getting the flinches right, and it looks like now, as long as Hannah either lands a flinch or the 29% RNG, Milotic goes down. Doesn't land the RNG, but as we know, Milotic does flinch once more. We count them. Everyone seems to be saying 4 flinches. Yep, that's 4. Count them, 4 flinches in a row. Amazing stuff. Yeah. Wow. All right, good job, Togekiss. Without a miss, too. I mean, it's not the most likely. It's a pretty rare move to miss, but keeps in my low take might be smart from Aidan, especially since my low take has good speed to recover with, so it can maybe come back later. Dragapult takes that Air Slash, though. Not great. I think Thunderous would have been the better move, especially... Oh, wait, no, Thunderous is weak health. I need to stop saying these things without remembering what's actually going on. But I guess maybe Tyranitar actually would have been the best move, because you could probably figure out that Togekiss is locked by now from how it interacted with my low tick earlier with the Fire Blast. But if you guessed, if you're playing conservative, you don't want to do that. But Tyranitar could have been a nice high reward for that, switching into those Air Slash and just getting... Maybe it would have flinched to death, though. Who knows? So yeah, Dragon Ball gets the Air Slash on... Or no, I misread that. I'm sorry. I saw Air Slash in the text. Hold on, I'm falling behind the ball here. So he uses Shadow Ball on Seismitoad. Sometimes it gets scared out, brings in Beedrill. Beedrill takes heavy damage, but it doesn't really matter because we know Beedrill can... Actually, I'm pretty sure Mega Beedrill is faster than Dragapult in perfect conditions. But as we see... Let's see what happens... Aidan gets the Sucker Punch. Very nice bring for that Dragapult. I think he astutely saw that Mega Beedrill is faster than Dragapult and went for it, and also maybe just things like Scarf, Chandelure in his mind with that. But that's a very good bring from Aidan. Here, I really thought Hannah might be making a mistake because Dragapult could just go for Sucker Punch, and then I thought Hannah might be reading with a Shadow Ball, but as it turns out, she just forgot it had Sucker Punch, which is very funny. But you know what worked out for her? Because that's how Sucker Punch mining games are anyway, where you have to just do something silly to get around it. It's like a weird coin flip mind game. So good job, Hannah. Let's see. So Dragapult's out. First blood for Aidan. Well, first blood on Aidan. So that's... Hannah still looks at the disadvantage despite what she's done. I mean, my low tick's pretty weak, though. But at this point, I would definitely have Aidan pinned as the favorite. Ninjaska's getting speed boosts, agility to really stack it, because this league only lasts one stat boost. That's why I wouldn't go for Swords Dance. Misses the Icy Wind. Not so much brutal for the speed drop, right, because Ninja just keeps going. But damage would have been nice, especially for later if it's sashed. Yes, that's a darn shame. But with the 4 flinches, can you really feel too bad about that? I would say no. So they're just raising speed. I don't know what Seismitoad does here. Gets for an Icy Wind. Stealth Rocks would have been really nice there, but to be fair, I don't even know if Hannah has it. That could have been good for, especially just killing my low tick before it can come in. That would have been awesome. So I imagine Ninja's going to pass now. To what? I'm not really sure, right? I think I remember what he does, but a lot of stuff doesn't look good here on paper. He goes for Tyranitar. Obviously the best choice. The only problem is it's weak to some of Seismitoad's moves, right? But I guess that's... Hopefully it goes for the Stealth Rock. So yeah, maybe that would have been nice earlier, but still works now. Still a good play. So I imagine Tyranitar can 2-hit KO Seismitoad unless it scalds. Seismitoad can do good damage, but I would imagine Tyranitar is on pace to kill Seismitoad here. Is what would be my guess, just looking at this matchup in the Void. Goes for the Iron Head. I don't know what that was. Maybe it was a Predict, but I don't really see that being better than Crunch. Because even if Togekiss switches in, which it can't, I don't think, because it's 25%. I mean, it could, but it's gonna die to Crunch, and it's Tyranitar so fast now. Even with Scarf, it won't matter. So that Iron Head was definitely a big misplay from Aidan. But to be honest, especially for new play, hasn't made that many, so I don't want to rag him too hard. Stone Edge misses, which is sad. But it wouldn't have done that much. I think the lack of Crunch here, if that's what Aidan has, is really hurting him, because he just can't hit the Seismitoad very effectively. Hannah misses her Focus Blast once again. Can't feel bad for bad luck on Hannah's side, but she's clearly positioned herself advantageously here with how Aidan's Tyranitar is. So it looks like she does land the Focus Blast this round, almost takes it out. And this Tyranitar, it's a really weird thing to see that it just can't take out Seismitoad. I mean, Seismitoad's bulky, but doesn't have recovery, right? So Crunch would be able to cleave right through it normally. Or even a coverage move, maybe like Earthquake, could have done more than what he had. But, So Eldick comes in just like the rocks, like I said, would be nice. And Hannah certainly did it, where it could just die instantly. So it was a great move on her part. What's Aidan going to do here? The sand is gone, which kind of helps him a little bit because it won't hurt Thunderous, who will be very low. Like you can see, it's on 20%. It'll be like 4%. Yep. And so the sand being gone helps him a good bit. Obviously Thunderous runs Grass Knot, right? I don't know if Hannah knows that. She probably does, but she's just limited for her switch-ins anyway. Goes for the Bloom Doom, a little overkill, but very nice, and especially if that was Rindo, Seismitoad would have been very good to have, because that would have killed right through the Rindo. So very nice. At this point, one begins to notice, especially with how desperately low Hannah left Tyranitar, and that Chandelure being almost confirmed as Choice Scarf. If not confirmed, I forget if it was confirmed or not, but it seemed like it was Choice Scarf, certainly very strongly. But you can tell, one notices that, like, I guess what I started picking up, like, Choice Scarf, Chandelure can just sweep here, right? Even if Tyranitar, because Tyranitar's at such low health. Ninjask, now Ninjask could stop Chandelure, because Chandelure's at such low health. If Ninjask had like a move, but oftentimes Ninjas just don't carry an attack move. If they do, it's X Scissor, which Chandelure can take even at 20% because it's a 4 times resist. So Ninjask only have something weird like Aerial Ace or like Night Slash to take it out here. Because I think Ninjask should be faster than a Choice Scarf Chandelure with the right set. Who knows what's even that set with Ninjask, like max speed, but yeah, so it looks like at this point things took a sudden turn with that Tyranitar versus Seismitoad, but especially as you really look at the matchup. When Tyranitar gets so weakened, that Chandelure can just wipe. So we see Ninjask come out, goes for Protect, but just get extra speed boost. I suppose I forgot about that. Doesn't really need the speed investment because it can match Scarf just by doing that. So it all comes down to whether or not Aidan really has that move on a move that can hit Chandelure. But as I recall, we will see Ninjask has X Scissor. Darn shame, but it's, as I said, like right, Chandelure can live that as a 4 times resist. Ninjask isn't the strongest, so it just takes it out. And now, I forget what happens next. Yeah, I think if Ferrothorn is Akka, like I don't think that saves the game just because Togekiss come out with more fire moves that can probably cleave through Tyranitar even. But I just don't think if Ferrothorn with Akka could even survive, right? Especially defense isn't that high. I mean, it's good, but like just Chandelure is an insane breaker. Like, yeah, Flamethrower's going to be Fire Blast. Oh, but it is crit. Not that matters because it's not Akka, but yeah, crit doesn't really matter. Brings out Tyranitar, but now it's too late. Even if Chandelure did go down somehow, unless Tyranitar has like Rock Polish and like which wouldn't happen. But yeah, because Togekiss is Scarf too. So yeah, Chandelure goes in for the kill, gets it. And Hannah locks up her first game of the season. Very nice. Both sides, honestly, I feel like I was ragging Aidan a little bit much, like a couple times. I didn't really mean to. It was just, and some of those criticisms were not, like I thought about them more. I was like, oh wait, I'm not actually thinking that through. But I think both players did really well. Like there was a couple to be expected blunders, but especially for like newer players, I think this was a very excellent game with pretty good play overall. Very good planning. I think, if anything, it was more of a testament to the power of prep, because I think Hannah's prep was a little more specific than Aidan's. Maybe I shouldn't say that. I shouldn't say Aidan's his prep wasn't specific. I think just some prep choices from Aidan really went against him with like the Ninjask with X Scissor. But those are things that are hard to expect, where you're just expecting Ninjask right to be a baton passer, so you don't necessarily like, oh, I'm going to need an attack later that will hit Chandelure, and I certainly wouldn't plan that on paper myself either. I might go Aerial Ace to just like be a check to Beedrill or something. But anyway, still great brings from both sides. I don't really have a lot of complaints, especially for like the lower division. Like I feel like this is just a really top-notch game that wouldn't even seem that out of place in gold. So yeah, great game, fun to watch. A lot of hacks obviously from Hannah, right? I think you could argue that might have won the game because Milotic is very resilient with her cover, right? Especially with Scarf Chandelure being Hannah's main threat, and Milotic can just may not take Shadow Balls as well, but could certainly take those flamethrowers without a problem, and that would force Chandelure to Shadow Ball, which isn't easily tanked by like Ferrothorn. But anyway. Yeah, still an interesting game, even with the hacks. And Hannah at least got a little unlucky later to even up the score a little bit. But yeah, great game. Great from both players. I'm really curious to see, even between these two, who will get the better record, having this as a starting point. I wonder if Aidan will turn things around, because his team is still really broken, or if Hannah will stay on top of the league. So yeah, great to watch. Hope you enjoyed watching it. And I will see you guys for the next recap or content or whatever it is. All right. Bye-bye.